This is Sarah with Posh Pooch Designs, and today's video demonstration is how to make fringe. Fringe is a wonderful way to add a fun little string curtain to just about anything. This is a scarf that I made. It's off a pattern that I have called the Whispering Pines scarf, and you can see the trees go both directions. Anyway, what we're going to talk about today is how to add fringe to an edge. You can put this on a curtain, a skirt, a scarf, a hat, a pillow, anything, and it adds a little extra touch. So what we're going to do is, because I only have fringe on the one end, we're going to put fringe on the other end as well. So let me move this out of the way. The first thing you're going to need is a template, or a template, whichever you want to call it. And I just take a piece of cardboard and I use my handy dandy little ruler and I mark off the inches. And then I make it about, this one is about 4 inches wide. And then I just cut out a square, because this is the tool that I'm going to use to make my fringe. Now I have some other sizes that I made, and I use these for tassels as well. Here's one that has 3 inches. Here's one with 4. Here's one with 2. Now the difference when you're using these for a tassel is, this is the length of the tassel. When you're doing the fringe, you're going to do the length, but you're not going to cut both ends. You're only going to cut the one end, and the tassel, or the fringe is a piece that's both sides. But don't panic if you don't know what I'm talking about, because I will explain it to you as we go. So we're going to use this 6-inch template. And we're going to use this yarn. This is wonderful yarn. It's called Gleam from Red Heart. It's got like a gold yarn thread going through it, and this color is called Canyon. It's like almost a brick red. Just beautiful. So what we do is we lay the yarn across our template, and this would be one fringe because we went down and around. And for across the bottom of here, I can't remember how many I need. So I'm going to do about 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, that looks like about 20. Now make sure that you cut the end where you started. So we're going to go ahead and cut that. I'll move that yarn out of the way. We're probably going to need to cut some more, but you take your template and you only cut through the bottom. Make sure your scissors are nice and sharp. Okay, so here's our fringe pieces. We're going to be folding those over to attach them to our scarf. So let me bring my scarf back over. Here's the end of my scarf, and I'm going to be placing one piece of fringe in each end. Now, if you want thicker fringe, you can put 2 or 3. It doesn't matter. You can just use the hook that you stitched your project with. Hook size doesn't matter. All right, so what we're going to do, one piece of fringe. We're going to take our hook and we're going to go right through both of those loops of that stitch, of the last stitch on your row. Your fringe is folded over in half. Put the loop on your hook and pull that loop right through that stitch. Then loop the tails of that piece of fringe on your hook and pull it right through that loop. And then you can snug that down. You don't have to pull real tight, but make sure it's not going to go anywhere. Now I see I have a little space here, and I want to make sure it goes all the way to the corner, so I'm just going to add another one right there. Just like that. And that's how you add fringe to any project. You determine how long you want your fringe, you wrap it, and if you don't have a piece of cardboard, they're really super easy to make. And there's lots of things that you can use for a guide. You can even just use your tape measure like this if you have one. I mean, this is a ruler, because they are sturdy. And this is my favorite one. It is from Knitter's Pride. I use it every day. So I'll show you again. Fold your piece of fringe in half. Put your hook through. Put the loop on your hook and pull that loop through. Wrap the tails of the fringe over your hook and pull it through and snug that down. And we're going to do this all the way across. Now, if you want thicker fringe, like I said, you can add 2 or 3 or 4, however many pieces that you want, and just do them together. For instance, let's say I wanted to put 3 thicknesses on. So I'll pull 3 of these out. I would do it exactly the same. I'm going to do it down here because I'm going to end up taking them out because I don't want 3. You put your hook through. You've got all 3 of those together. And you pull that loop through. Tails over, and you loop it through. And it's nice to do, if you're going to do a thick one like this, you can always space them out. These look nice on the ends of those nice old-fashioned, what I call groovy purses. They're made with the great old-fashioned granny squares, and they have nice big fringe pieces on the bottom. Looks really nice. You do it exactly the same. Now I'm going to take this one out because I want a nice even row of fringe across mine. Alright, so I'm going to add my fringe all the way across the bottom of this scarf, and then I'll tell you one of the easiest ways to trim your fringe. I put all the fringe on the bottom of my scarf, so I have fringe on both sides, but I want to trim this up a little bit. I've got some that are long, and so what I do, let me pull this back just a little. Let's bring it this way so I can cut it. I try to make sure the bottom edge where I'm working is straight, and I just finger them out like this with my fingers, making them nice and straight. And then I take my ruler or my card, either one will work. You just need a straight edge, and you sort of determine how long you want them. And then you just clip off those pieces that were too long, not too short. And the thing about mine is I don't like mine to be perfect, but if you are a perfectionist, just use that card and just cut off all those edges that are just too long. Be prepared to clean up a mess if you're cutting your fringe, because you end up with all these little fuzz balls. But that's okay. A neat trick to clean up fuzz balls is to use your lint roller. I have them around the house because I have dogs, but they really clean up the lint really good off of your pieces. So we've got fringe on both ends of our scarf now. And now I'm ready to wear this one out. But that's how you add fringe. It's really easy, and it adds such a special touch to just about any project that you're working on.